work in a really tall building and I got my own office. I've been working there for nearly 2 years and I really do enjoy working there. All of the staff are very friendly and really helpful to me. I work most of the time in daylight while in the office. I work on a computer. It's a really easy job for me to do every day. It can get really boring sometimes. One day, my boss asked me to have a meeting with me and told me that he made a mistake working on a rota, and one of the staff who worked on night time is on a week holiday, and he asked me if I can work the night shift just for 1 week. So I said yes, of course. It's only for 1 week. I do not have a problem with that. One night I was working on a third night, which is on a Wednesday night. There are no staff or anybody in the building. It was just me all by myself. I do enjoy having a nice quiet time to myself and just to get on with work, which I have a lot to do. 3 hours later, it is 2 o'clock in the morning. I have only an hour to finish work. While I was on computer, I heard like a bell coming from one of the elevator. I didn't expect anyone to enter the office at this time of the night. I walked around the corridor and walked toward the elevator, and it was empty. I take a big look around and I can't find anyone around here. I remember my boss told me that the elevator is dodgy at the moment and the door does open by itself. I went back to my office and sat on desk so I can finish my work, but I realised I looked outside the window and I can see a car lit up facing toward the building. I tried to have a deeper look at the car, but the headlight was too bright, but suddenly it went off and I couldn't see anyone sitting in that car. It was just empty. I turned my chair around and carried on working on a computer and forget everything. But then I heard footsteps walking around a big office area. I got up and I noticed that one of the computer was switched on. I walked up with the computer. It came up with a big screen with writing in capital letters saying, "Look in Sarah's office." Sarah's office is just around the corridor. I would have think Sarah came to meet me. I went into her office and I noticed a paper was left on the floor, and it looked like it drew a big arrow facing toward one of the doors, which only had full of papers and documents in that extra room. I opened the door and it was so dark. I turned on the light and then I panicked. I see Sarah hanging from top of the ceiling covered in blood. I run away to get a phone and call the cops. I pick up the landline phone and the line were dead. I followed the wire and whoever it was or whoever did it had cut all the phone wire in the whole building. Believe me, I have checked everywhere. Until I see one of the tables had lit up. It appeared to be a mobile phone like an old-fashioned Nokia. I went up to a desk where the mobile phone is and the message on the screen said, "Go look in the elevator." I feel like someone is playing some kind of sick game playing with me, and I feel like it's some kind of a trap. I ran past the elevator because I will be taking the stairs. While I was at it, I see another dead body inside the elevator. I screamed and ran toward the long stairways down to the building. After I was halfway down, I hear a door creaking opening above me. Then I hear a really loud footstep coming running down the stairs. I immediately run for my life, then I finally dash outside of the building. I got in my car and I locked up everything. I noticed the car I saw earlier is still here. I phoned my boss and he went aggressively angry with me because I woke him up by ringing him. I told him everything and he decided to come over and he also phoned the police. My boss have arrived and same with the police. I didn't dare to go inside the building as I didn't see anyone exit the building. The police have searched the building and my boss joined in with them. For the past time they came down and the police said they have found 2 dead bodies in the building. My boss told me the one who was hanging from the ceiling is Sarah and the one who was in the elevator was Tom. Sarah and Tom are in a relationship. Then he told me that a few weeks ago Sarah was saying that her ex-boyfriend called George had been stalking her for the past few days and didn't think that it would happen like this. The police is doing the whole search warrant inside the building, and then luckily out of nowhere they have found George in a staff toilet. They brought him down and arrested George for murder, and he looked at me and started laughing by saying, "We had a good time playing a game." The police arrested him and taken him to prison for the rest of his life. After a few weeks later, me and all staff went to Sarah and Tom's funeral, and it was very upsetting. After the funeral, I remember one of her friends told me by saying, "I can't imagine what you've been through at the office seeing all the horror things and asking if I am okay." And then she told me that Sarah wanted to be friends with her ex, and I told her not to because he was a freak. But then she didn't listen to me, she cried. This is why I would never be friends with exes, because you never know what their intention is.